consultant. So my purpose is here for just gathering knowledge about EWM.
Okay, great.
Related, yeah, retail sector related or MM related or PP related is just
Here
implementation.
all the modules will be combined, and there is no specific this module need to be there and this module not to be there. Each and every module will be related to the EWM. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay. Okay, so this is for the the activate methodology. So we are using for the implementation project for SAP S4HANA or SAP EWM. Okay, so we have initially we have the preparation phase, right? So in SAP EWM, so we have a yeah. So in the preparation phase, what we will do in the implementation projects, especially or any module like so we have the we call it as a kickoff meeting, right? So once we are going to implement for EWM, so we have a kickoff meeting. So here, so we are going to discuss about the business process of the client business process. All right, so with a business team. So in business side, if you see the client side, we have the business consultant, so who is going to do the business transaction. There is a manager approval, so there is a CEO or managing director, so they are is the business team, right? So as a EWM consultant, so what is our role here, right? So we are going to implement for SAP EWM, and we are going to understand the client business process. Okay, so we call it as a scope document. The scope doc, so we are going to provide the scope documents based on the client business process of SAP EWM. So the scope document which contains about the inbound process, the scope document which contains about the org structures and what all the master data currently they are going to use, and what all the how the inbound process and how the outbound process, right? So yeah, so these information will be even the how the production process works. So all the integration of SD and PP, right? All the kind of process will be there. So in the scope document, as a EWM consultant or trainee, so we need to study their business process. Okay, so based on that, so we are going to prepare the BPML document, right? So the preparation phase, next there is a the BPML document. So BPML stands for business process master list. Okay, so how the what all the, maybe I can share one sample BPML also. So maybe yeah, so once you understand the scope document, okay, so once you understand the SAP EWM scope document, the business process document, so we need to prepare the BPML process. So BPML means it's a high level process. So what all the process we are going to be implement for that, right? For example, if it is an inbound related process, or if it is a let's start with beginning. So org structure point of view, what all the plant, what all the EWM EWM uh, storage locations, and EWM side, what all the configuration sites we have to maintain. So then there is a material master. What are the different type of material they are going to procure, right? So those material, so we need to do the even though it's MM consultant, they will take care S4HANA MM, but still, so configuration of your material type, creation of material, assign the number ranges, those settings also will be taken care here. So after that, there is a business partner. So we need to create a business partner who is going to, maybe he is a bit, your customer, or he is your supplier also, right? So when we are going to procure the material, so we are going to consider as a business partner, right? So we call it as a supplier. And then same thing for selling. So if you want, we manufacture the goods, or we procure the goods and using in a EWM warehouse, and then we are going to sell the goods to the customer also, correct? So here we are going to create customer as the business partner, and this customer we are going to use in your sales order, right? So once they are going to create the outbound delivery, so then we are going to do the delivery process in EWM, right? So like that we have list out there are sample process, right? Like we have the, so what are the storage bins, right? What are the storage sections? So these are all the KDS we have to be configured here. So then we have the activity area. So then we can say that yard management process, just sample process. So as a EWM trainee or consultant, we need to prepare the BPML process. Okay, so based on the BPML, so we are going to create the the fit gap analysis. Okay, So then we are going to identify the RICEF objects. Okay, what is RICEF objects? So when any implementation, right? So when we are going to implement our EWM, suppose you do the goods receipt, right? So after that you are going to uh, you know uh, you are going to uh, put the stock in the particular storage location, right? So here, so there are some smart forms will be there, right? So picking, so for example, so once you done the goods receipts, so then we are going to push the material to that particular destination storage bin. So for that, so we have some what are the forms and what are the reports and what are the enhancements, right? So these are all the RICEF object. As a EWM consultant, we need to be identified. So in this project, so we are going to provide the RICEF objects, right? So these are all the forms for inbound related process. Okay, so these are all the reports which is required in SAP standard. EWM, we don't have the standard report which are not going to support, but we are going to customize that, right? So during the preparation phase, as in an end-to-end implementation project, so we are going to guide. So what are the RICEF objects, right? What are the forms? What are the reports? What are the enhancements? So enhancement means, so for example, there is a RFUA is there, right? So there is a your RF gun. So that most of the standard functions, like if you want to use some serial number or you want to make it through delivery number or some functionality will not support your RF UI, right? So for that we are going to do some customizations. So what all the customization, what all the business process can be customized using enhancements, right? So that kind of objects also will be identified. So we are going to prepare the functional specifications. Okay, so generally if you do any kind of RICEF objects, so for example any kind of forms or any kind of reports, as a EWM consultant we need to prepare the functional specifications, right? So we need to prepare the functional specification. So then you have to communicate, right? You have to send the FS to the technical team. Okay, this is my form layout, so these are all the logic I'm going to use it, these are all the test cases, right? So like that we have to prepare the FS. So then technical consultant, they start going to develop the RICEF objects, maybe the forms or reports or enhancements or workflow. So they are going to start developing the enhancements, right? So once the preparation phase is completed, so then we will go for the explore phase. Okay, so the explore maybe yeah. So Sai, if you want to explain anything in the preparation phase of the EWM, so you can proceed.
Yeah, here the reports and RICEF whatever Dhanush has explained, same. And suppose you want to use some smart forms like put once the picking has happened, what do you want to do a printout, right? Through PDF actions. Yes, we can go ahead with the with the forms, but they want a in PDF will have a normal, right? Normal PDF, but in the smart forms they want the exactly the weight and what is the material, what is the quantity, where it is from which storage type it got picking, and what is the sales order, what is the outbound delivery number. Each will be captured in the forms. Okay, what's the report? Suppose business wants, suppose how many sale orders got created by today. They want the entire report. They don't want to go to the table level and don't want to go to table and check each and everything. They want to they will create one custom program. Based on custom program, we will put all the input fields will be provided to the particular table, and they will based on that we can give them the reports, how many sales order, how many purchase orders has been created per day. Okay, and coming to enhancements, what he explained Dhanush. Okay, and interfaces, suppose any third party systems need to be connected to our SAP systems, the interfaces will be mapped from one system to other system, which will we need to provide all the system details. Then it should given to technical team. Based on that they will look into the interfaces. Okay, once all the rise of objects has been developed in the development system only. Okay, once all the development has been completed, you need to test, right? So all the TRs will move to your quality system. We will test it. Once the everything was okay, we will intimate to the business, like UAT, like user acceptance testing will be provided by the business. They will, okay, once the user acceptance testing is completed, then we can go for a go live. Before that all the objects need to be tested end to end scenario. Okay, this is regarding this implementation project. Like, and once the business has been kick off, signature has been completed, then automatically they need to do the cutover activities. Okay, what is meant by cutover activities? Like uploading the stock or migrating the stock or moving the TRs from one system to other system, uh, and the queues assembling the systems like system identification numbers, tiers, each and everything, master data or easy access which we need to maintain at EWM system. Each we need to maintain before go live, because it will be happen before 1 week of the go live date. Smoke test also we need to go prepare, whether our whatever the TRs has been moved properly, that all the functionality is working fine or not. Okay, regarding this.
Yeah. Okay, so next I will explain. Yeah, so thanks, yeah, Sai. So here, yeah, we discussed the preparation phase. One second, somebody's joining. Yeah, so yeah, so the preparation phase we discussed, like we provide the scope document. Based on the scope document, as a consultant, we are preparing the BPML process. So based on that, we are going to prepare the fit gap analysis. Okay, so as a consultant, we need to prepare the PowerPoint presentation and we have to give a presentation to the customer. Okay, so we will see that fit gap also. Next, there is a explore phase. Okay, explore phase means, so we are going to start developing the business blueprint, right? So there is a workshop. So before that we have the, there is a workshop sessions, right? As I told you, there is a BPML process. Let's say there are 50 process we are going to implement for EWM, right? Let's say for, the inbound they have a 5 process, outbound we have a 5 process, and then production related we have a, 5 to 10 process. So then we have a, the integrations are related. So let's say we have a 50 process has been identified for EWM implementations, right? So for this 50 process, as a consultant we need to give a presentations. Okay, we prepared as a fit gap analysis. Okay, we are going to prepare the PowerPoint sessions, just 3 to 4 slides. We have to put some flow diagram of the process, how it works, and what are the roles, actually who are the roles performed, who are the, let's say for the inbound process, who is going to create the purchase order, who is going to create the inbound delivery, and in EWM side who is going to accept, who is going to create the inbound delivery. So finally how the goods, the picker, how they are going to put the stock in the respective storage location. So like that, each process in SAP we call it as a roles, right? So the role basis there is a business flow diagram has to be designed, right? So then we have the BBP. Okay, so this is more important. So we call it as a business blueprint. So based on the scope document, right? So we provide. So if you join for the, once you join the project, so we provide the scope document. So this scope document will show what all the business process currently they are, the warehouse they have, right? So based on that, we are going to prepare the business blueprint. Okay, so we discussed about how many plant, how many company code, how many storage locations, right? How many sales organization, all the org structure size we have to discuss. And master data point of view, we will discuss all the master data and business process, right? What all the business process, and every process we are going to discuss what is the current process and what is our SAP, EWM process, what is the flow diagram, and what is the integrations, and what are the roles and responsibility, right? Who are the roles involving the process, process, and what are the reporting requirements. If there is any kind of enhancement, right? Let's say if it is any gap analysis, right? If there is any kind of gap analysis, so these are all we are going to be identified. Okay, so once the BBP is completed, then we are going to get the sign off from the customer. So before BBP sign off, so we are going to review, right? So we are going to explain about the, our BBP process to the customer, and customer is accepted, then we will get the sign off, right? So once we got the sign off, so then we will, we'll proceed the further, delivery. So here there is a RICEP list. So already we discussed about the RICEP list. So we have to start preparing the functional specifications. Okay, so we are going to give a training about the functional specification as a consultant, how to prepare the FS, right? Suppose you talk about one particular, forms, right? So this form we have to design, right? How the barcode reader has to be print, and if suppose you are procuring the material from any vendor, so what is the vendor address details, what are the material, how much quantity, how many box, right? So this, the layout has to be designed, and then we have to prepare what are the tables, what are the fields, right? What is the logic, and all the information has to be prepared in the functional specifications. Okay. So once you prepared on, let's say, the project, let's say we have a 10 members joining the project. So we are going to prepare, for everybody have minimum 3 to 5 functional specification has to be prepared. So we will provide all the real-time related currently what all the FS, what all the forms, reports, enhancement we are preparing the same, exposure, right? We will guide you how to prepare the FS functional specification. So this exposure also you'll be getting, because the implementation project definitely, if you say I worked in a SAP implementation project, then they will ask you. So tell me what are all the RICEFW objects. Tell me what is the complex process, or what is the complex enhancements you have done in your implementation project, right? So like that. So you will be getting so many questions in the RICEFW objects. So we are providing the exposure in the area of forms, all the reports, enhancement, or workflow or interfaces point of view. So you will come to know. So before that, prior to that, what all the tables, what all the fields are involving the process and everything. So we are going to guide you on all the areas. Okay. So then there is a data migration approach, right? So data migrations in SAP S4HANA we called as a LTMC, right? So we can able to upload the data through LTMC, or directly you can upload the using the tools also, like uploading your bin, storage bin, or uploading the, like let's say for your material or your supplier or customer, or all our stock uploading also in the bin level. So these are all the area again, right? So these are all called as a migration, right? So data migrations, how you are going to migrate your data into your SAP S4HANA EWM, right? Migration means, so already they have data maybe in form of WM or something, or maybe they are using any third party warehouse. So we are going to upload these data into our SAP EWM. So there is a migration, there is a different type of tools are there. We can able to upload using BDC or BAPI, right? Or you can upload using, you can through LTMC, through in S4HANA we call as a LTMC migration cockpit. So you can able to upload those data also. So we are going to finalize what is the tool we are going to upload about our all the master data, stock upload, storage bin creations, etc. Right? So this is we are going to proceed. So then so there is a finalized master data template. Okay. So what is master data template? So because we need to provide the master data template to the customer, so that customer can provide the data, right? So based on that, we are as a consultant we are going to upload. So again, upload, we have, there are multiple type of upload is there. In the quality system we will do the upload, then we will do the rehearsal testing also. In the pre-production server we are going to upload. So finally we are going to upload all the master data in the production server. So you will get the exposure. So how to prepare the master data template, and you have to explain, right? So this field is required for creation of storage bin. So then once you have this exposure, then customer will provide the data, and then how you can able to upload using the tools, right? We discussed multiple tools are there. So through LTMC or through BDC, or through even some data you can upload through LSMW also. So this exposure will be getting during the implementation projects. So next one, there is a authorization roles and assignments. Okay, what is authorization roles and assignment? For example, in the warehouse, let's say for 100 plus users are working, right? So somebody is going to raise the PO, somebody raise the sales order, somebody creating delivery, right? And somebody they are going to do the replenishment. So in the warehouse level, 1 second. Yeah. So in the warehouse level, there are so many persons, so many, they have different roles, right? So in SAP, we call it as a roles and authorizations, right? Who can able to create the inbound delivery? Who can able to, move the, who can able to move the material from, one place to another place, or who can able to put into the destination pin, or there is a user who can able to pick the material from the destination pin for the outbound point of view, right? So the customer will create, they will create the sales order, and the outbound delivery will be created. So with reference to that, you are going to pick the material from the destination bin. So here, so the person is going to be different, right? So here, the inbound point of view, there are the specific business transaction they are going to perform, and what all the report is required. So this transaction code, or this kind of transaction we are going to assign to the respective user, right? So as I told you, there are multiple people are working. There is a procurement point of view, one team will be working, and sales point of view, one team will be working. And under the EWM, right, there is a one team they are going to do the physical inventory, right? So some of the material they will count every day basis. So some these are all called as a high value material. So some material they will count it for once in a month, or thrice, maybe once in a quarter, so or once in a year. So like that we are categorize the products. So here the physical inventory, the warehouse clerk, what they do, so they are going to check the material based on the the counting, right? So whether how much physically, system says that 100 pieces, but physically how much is there. So they will go and check, yes, 100 is there, no, this material out of 100 here only 99 pieces are there, so they are going to count it. So here we need to provide the respective role to that particular user so that they can perform their transaction. So I cannot provide all the transaction to the one particular user. But when it comes as a consultant, we are going to practice, yes, is required. But when it comes to the practices, or when it comes to the real time, so the teams are different, so we cannot provide all the roles or all the transaction code to the one particular user, right? So we are going to discuss about the authorization roles and assignment also. So then we have the planning here. Okay, so there is a testing is there in SAP EWM. We have three different type of testing, right? So one is called as a unit testing. Okay, so we already discussed the BPML process. So the BPML process we have, let's say for 50 process we are going to implement for current implementation project. So this 50 process, as a consultant or as a trainee, so we need to do the configuration and we need to do the testing also, right? So there are three different type of testing we have to perform. One is for unit testing. Okay, unit testing means so the individual module consultant. Okay, so let's say for in our project, let's say for 10 people are joined. For this 10 people, they are performing for 10 different company code, 10 different plant. They are going to do the you are going to do the BBP. You are going to do the do the configuration and testing and everything. One second. Correct. So now you need to perform, because everybody have their own company code, their own plant, their own warehouse, right? So you need to do the configurations, right? And yeah, so here you need to do the, already you have the BPML process, already you have the process list, what all the process we are going to configure, right? That is what we have we have prepared in your business blueprint also. That is what in your BPML master list. So that is what we are going to prepare the test scripts. Okay, in SAP we have the test scripts you have to be prepared. Okay, so how the test scripts, like suppose just for one particular inbound process, right? So creation of purchase order, creation of inbound delivery, so creation of goods receipts, then you are going to creation of warehouse order, creation of confirm the warehouse order. So finally how the um, handling units are moved to the storage bin. So this is one particular test scripts. So like that all the process we need to create the test scripts, right? So once you created all the test scripts, then you can able to just execute the process whatever you configured, right? Whatever you already you have configured in our EWM system, so you have to do the testing, right? So you will put you will start creating the purchase order. Prior to that, your material, your supplier has to be created, then inbound delivery creation in EWM, inbound delivery processing. So then there is a warehouse order creation, confirmation of warehouse order, correct? So this process will be executed. So this is called as a unit testing. Okay, so what is second one we call as a integration testing. Okay, what is integration testing? Suppose you are a EWM consultant, right? So creation of purchase order, creation of sales order, creation of production order will be different consultant, right? So already there are separate consultant will be working here. So what they will do, so they will create the they will do the configuration, they will do the process testing in that their own process. But as a EWM point of view, you cannot create the production order in real time, right? So as a PP consultant, they will create the production order. They will issue the raw material to the production order. Finally, they are confirm the production order. Your final product is ready. Now you are going to how this product you are going to move to the destination storage bin in EWM, right? So this kind of testing we call as a integration testing. Okay. So in integration testing, we have multiple module consultant will be there, and we are going to perform the testing. Okay. So then we have the user acceptance testing. The third testing we called as a user acceptance testing. Okay, what is the user acceptance testing? So here we called as a three different system is there. We have a development system, we have a quality system, we have a production system. So till now, as a consultant, we have configured in the development system, and we have tested also in the development system. So now the quality system comes when the end user, or when the business unit manager, or in the purchaser, or the business manager they are going to do the testing in the quality system. Okay, so how they will test it? So they will practically they will create the material, practically they will create the inbound delivery of the purchase order, then they will create, so all the business process will be executed by the end user. Okay, if they will check whether all the process, yes, process 1 2 3 4 5 is working, yes, so then they will say that yes, the process is working fine. So same way, like all the 50 process has to be executed by all the end users, right? So this called as a user acceptance testing, UAT, right? We call this is more important. Okay, so we have the test scripts, right? So this test scripts, the end user has to perform, the test scripts have all the process steps, right? So they have to, what all the process they have to execute, who is the user who have to execute, and who will approve for the particular transaction. So like that, every process the end user also we will be assigned, so they will create the process number 1 2 3 4 5, right? Like creation of purchase order or inbound delivery or warehouse order creation or confirmation. So these process step will be executed by the end user, so we call as a user acceptance testing. So this is called as a explore phase, right? In the explore phase, so we are going to, which mainly we are going to focus on your business blueprint, completion of business blueprint, and then we have the KDS, key data structure. So we are going to design your KDS. Based on the KDS, you are going to do the configuration in the development system, right? So after that, we discuss about the testing. So we have three different type of testings are there. So we have a unit testing, we have a integration testing, and we have a user acceptance testing. Okay, so once you have done all the testing, so then we will come to that, the realization phase. Okay, so actually the realization phase, so here all the configuration testing everything will be done under the realization phase here. So along with that, so we are going to do the cutover plan also, right? So already we have the master data template, already we we are send the template to the customer. So one customer is provided, so then we are going to start uploading the master data. Okay, so as a consultant we need to do the core configuration documents, right? So here, once you completed the configurations, you need to, we have this, we will provide the sample template of the configuration document. So you need to prepare the configuration, start with your org structure or master data configuration, or in EWM point of view, all the storage bin, storage type, all the storage section, all the WPT, right? All the configuration has to be performed, right? So then, so we have the data readiness. Okay, data readiness in the testing environment. Okay, what is data readiness? So which means, so before we are going to perform the testing in the quality system, your all master data, let's say they have a 5,000 material they are using in the warehouse. So at least, or 30 or 50% of data should be there, right? So simply I cannot create the bold nut like that. So we need to get the business point of view, what is the actual material they are going to procure, or what they are going to manufacture, or what they are going to sell to the customer. So these material we need to be uploaded in the quality system. Okay, so this master data should be ready in the quality system, so that we can able to perform the testing, right? Either integration testing or either user acceptance testing. But unit testing can be done any material, right? So unit testing, I can create XYZ material, I can procure, I can put it in the storage bin, yes, I can do. But integration testing and user acceptance testing, we should have the actual data. Okay, so already we discussed the authorization roles and assignment also. So here in the quality system, so let's say there are 10 users are there for performing the warehouse operations. So for all the 10 user, we are going to create 10 different user ID. For 10 different user ID, we have a 10 different roles are there. Okay, so only master data team, the user, they can create only the master data, or inbound related process, they can perform only the inbound related process. Same thing for outbound also, the roles has been assigned to the respective user. So once they log into the particular user ID, they can perform only their business transaction can be performed. Okay, so next there is a training material readiness. Okay, what is training material? So as a, because till now the business, they are working with a different ERP, right? So they are not, maybe they are into WM, or they are not, they might be into 3PL system, or they are into different warehouse, maybe the third party we can say third party warehouse. So now in EWM, so we need to prepare the training material. Okay, so even though we knows very well how to configure, how to execute the process, right? But as a end user, they are new, right? So SAP is new for them, correct? So we need to prepare the training material. So how to create the material, how to create the purchase order, how to process the inbound delivery, how to create the warehouse order, correct? How to confirm the warehouse order. So all the process related configurations, or maybe the step-by-step process document has to be created, right? So then we have the cutover plan. Okay, what is cutover plan? It's nothing but like uploading your master data, the sequential of uploading the master data in EWM, right? So before uploading, creation of storage bin and all. So from MM point of view, they have to upload all the material. So they have to upload all the vendor, right? In sales point of view, they have to create all the customer. So then EWM point of view, you have to create all the storage bin has to be uploaded, correct? So then we have to create all the we have to suppose then once we uploading all the stock, so in the storage bin level, so we have to start uploading all the storage bin. So like that there are so many cutover activities, right? The master data are there in EWM, so we need to be uploaded here. Okay, so once we done the realization phase, then we have the deployment phase. Okay, so the final cutover plan has to be performed in the production system. So in cutover we have in two different system we will perform. One is quality system, another one is the production system. Okay, in quality system, for the user acceptance testing purpose, we are going to upload all the master data. Okay, but whereas in production system, actual data, right, 100% data should be perfect, right? Even for stock or in everything, for all the 5,000 material, accurate, the stock should be accuracy, right? We have to count the stock physically, and those they are going to give it to you. Then we, as a EWM consultant, we need to upload the stock into the respective storage bin, right? So then we have the all the master data migrations, right? So then production cutover plan, so opening balances. So this is all this is I'm talking about, all module. So generally what will happen, some company so nowadays, earlier they have only for EWM project. So nowadays, so S4 HANA plus EWM all combined together they are implementing. So in this case, the cutover plan will be applicable for all module. So not only for EWM. So EWM point of view, what all the cutover plan we need to perform. So same thing like other module also, like MM, SD, PP, FICO, they are also follow the cutover plans. So then we have to check the pre-go live activities. Okay, what is pre-go live activities? Suppose, so let's say for next Monday we are going to perform the go live, right? So before that, so we need to check whether all the configuration, right, all the company code, all the plant, all the storage locations are, EWM warehouse, everything is configured. The configuration is properly moved to the production system or not, right? This is the first check we have to check. Then what are the forms, what are the reports, right? We call it as a RICEFW objects, right? So workflow, right, reports, forms, enhancements, and interfaces, these RICEFW objects are moved to production system or not. So tomorrow they are going to perform the go live, right? So go live in the sense, in front of everyone, let's say there are 100 people will be there, they are going to celebrate, right? So here they are going to perform the transaction, your system should be ready. So most of the case, will do the go live, system will go for dump, right? So this should not happen here. So as a pre go live check, as a consultant, we need to check all the configuration is perfect, whether this configuration we can able to move to, all are moved to production system or not, right? So these are all the checkpoints. As a consultant we need to check it, right? So that is a pre go live checks. So then, so once we have done all the activity, so we discussed about the scope documents. So what all the business process currently that warehouse have. Then we discussed about the business blueprint, and we discussed about the KDS for what all the configurations we are going to do. So then we have discussed about the configurations, the testing plan. So what all the testing as a consultant we are going to perform, unit testing and integration testing and user acceptance testing. So then we discuss about the cutover activities, right? Uploading the master data in the quality system and the production system. So now then we check the pre-go live check. So now your system is ready, right? So your EWM system is perfect now, ready to go for go live, right? So next they are going to perform the go live. Then we are going to perform, there is a support activity, right? So for the initially 1 to 3 months, there are so many bugs will be there, right? So they will say your PPF actions, like your forms is not working, this enhancement is not working, so this workflow is not triggering. So there are so many challenges, right? So this 1 month support, as a in EWM point of view, what are all the issues we will get. So these are all the issues also we are going to get it, and we are going to provide you. These are all the issues we will perform, right? You can say these are all the support tickets also. Yes, I worked in a support project. See, when you are going to promote your profile as a EWM consultant, not only for EWM implementation, right? So we need to showcase, yes, I have done the EWM implementation, or I have done the support project or rollout project also, right? So this support point of view also may have, we can say maybe 100 to 200 types of issues what we are getting in the implementation project. right, during the support period. So these are all challenging things actually. You have to tell these issues you are getting, right? So during the support, so that exposure also will be getting here. Okay. So now I have explained here complete, the product, right? Complete EWM, is, the EWM point of view. If we implement, fresh, the greenfield EWM implementation. So what is the step by step we do, right? The complete activity we are going to perform here. Okay. So Sai is there. So he is have more than near 7+ years experience in EWM. He have very good experience. So he is going to guide for everyone how to execute the projects. So start with what is the scope document, or what, how to prepare the business blueprint, how to prepare the KDS, how to do the configuration for all the business process, right? And how to do the testing, how to prepare the test scripts like a unit testing, integration testing, and user acceptance testing test scripts. Then how to execute the process, right? As a consultant for unit testing, how you can able to execute as a cross module consultant like MM, SD, FAPP, EWM. So how you can able to execute the integration testing. Then as a end user point of view, how to execute the user acceptance testing, right? So then there is a cutover activities, right? Cutover activities means uploading your master data, right? So what is the tool you are going to use it, how to create the master data template, how you are going to share the template to the business, how business is provide the data to you, right? So these are all the exposure we are going to provide here. So nobody is going to give this kind of informations. Even though if you are working in any IBM or something, directly you will not get the implementation project exposure, right? So here this exposure we are going to provide you. So with help of the experienced consultant, what exposure they got it, they are going to share with you. And this should be the milestone, this should be the you know turning point, right? You can say you want to get a job in these DWM, or maybe you want to get a better job. Maybe currently you are in support, I want to get into good company, good package, or implementation project. So this exposure will be helpful for you guys. Okay. So I'll give to Sai now. Yeah, Sai, so please proceed.
Yeah, he has explained end-to-end process, right, Dhanush? If you have any queries regarding SAP EWM, you can ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, this is Akshay. Thanks, Sai, thanks, Anush. You explained a very, really brief. Just one question, like how could you teach, like, on the proper SAP system, like, will like go process by process or what exactly?
No, actually, we will provide one KDS document. We will say we will provide one business. Okay, based on the business, what we will tell. These are the process will be available. Based on the process, you need to configure. As per the business only, right? Whatever the business is telling, we need to gather the process, right? Gather the process and we need to configure. Like that, we will give you one, provide you one business. Based on that, you need to do the process.
And like as a support you mentioned in last, I don't know, last point, like as a support, like after rollout support activity will go. So like tentative, what problem are regularly coming or something else you will explain in that or what?
Can you repeat the question once again, Akshay?
Yeah. Yeah, I think as Dhanush mentioned, support activity will be there for 1 month or something else. So we are
Correct.
expecting lot of problems, right?
Yes.
So, you will give some like background of how the like problems, what normally you got in your real time scenarios.
Yeah, yeah,
So
sure.
that you will explain, right?
Sure,
That
sure,
is
sure. Yeah, sure. If you have any queries you have faced, means let me know so that I can give provide you the solution. What are the faces, what are the issues you faced? You can question me so that I will analyze and I will provide you the solution also based on your
okay.
convenience.
Okay.
Okay. Any other?
What is duration? Okay.
Yeah.
Duration will be provided by Dhanush.
Yeah. So duration it will be
Fine.
45 days, maximum 2 months. Okay. So within this 45 days time, so we are going to provide the scope document. You are going to prepare the BDP. We are KDS configuration, testing, cutover. So all the activity we are going to cover within this implementation project. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Like last.
yeah, actually, we will provide you the FS, sample FS, what existing business, what we have tried, right? What we have done in our existing projects. We will provide what are the FSs we have done our projects, and based on that you need to write your own FS. Okay. What are the mandatory things you need to provide? Either a function module or a table. How you will get the function module? How you will get the table data? I will explain all these things in this. Okay.
Okay, okay. And classes will be 5 days in a week or what?
That all the things you need to
Yeah,
check
yeah.
with
I'll
the
update you. Yeah. So we have 5 days in the week, yes. So daily we have 1 hour sessions will be there, 1 to 1.5 hour sessions.
And
Weekly.
those already in first session, I will ask you what are the process you are already aware of it, and what are the process you don't aware of it. You let me know. If you are okay, I will explain the what are the process you don't aware. I will take a separate session and I will provide my inputs to you so that.
Yeah, that will be great. Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
Hi Shubham, what?
Sir, actually, I am aware about WM configuration
Oh,
processes, but I am not aware about EWM in depth.
okay. You already told that you know aware of the process of EWM, right?
No, WM I am aware. Little bit I am aware about EWM.
So, okay. I will check with the Dhanush and I will update you. Okay.
Okay, means guidance means
Yeah, yeah.
any
Here, yeah,
where
Shubham,
I
what?
missed
Yeah, yeah. What we will do here. So part of implementation, yes, I understood. So we have, so we can say that in between we have, 20 to 30, I mean, 20 days. So we are going
okay,
to explain about what all the configurations, what all the business process, how to do the configurations, everything will be there. Okay. So
okay,
initially,
sir.
yeah, initially, you will prepare the fit gap, you will prepare the BBP, KDs and everything. So after that, how to configure? So there is a sessions will be there. So we will conduct the session. So you will no need to worry about the process steps and all. Okay. So we will guide you. Based on that, you can able to configure. So already we have the standard EWM configuration testing will be there. You can also the same setup you can do it in your own EWM warehouse.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tama, something you are asking, you have raised hand.
Can you please
Yeah.
answer?
So my question is, so it would be covered only functional way or technical also? Like there are 30 plus functionalities, right? Processes like
Yes, yes.
HU management, yard management. So we have different 30 plus processes are there.
Yeah,
So
more than that.
all these processes function means a configuration will be covered, or particular configurations will be covered, or only developments will be covered. So how it?
All the functionality will be covered here. Technical means we are not a techno functional, right?
Yeah. Okay. So my question, so all 30 means 30 processes will be covered. So handling unit, ad management.
Yeah, if you want, definitely I will explain that all the 30 process. But my question is based on the business process, we need to configure, right? Whatever the business is requiring, that process only we need to configure. It's not
Yeah,
it's not our own idea, right?
yeah. So process will be covered, that is fine, but the functionality means the example scenarios also will be covered, like a real time based, right?
Yeah, even real time also we will explain.
Okay, so along with the developments.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Thank
Means
you.
one second. What exactly you are requiring development means? Exact meaning.
Yeah, so like RICEFW, so like custom reports. For example, if we will execute monitoring tool, so in that monitoring tool, generally we will select a warehouse number and SAP standard.
Okay.
But instead of standard, will you be able to show some custom reports, custom monitoring tool and all? How it will be?
That will what question you are asking, that will really help in the project. That we are using the IDS, right?
Yeah.
I will check and I will update because we are currently whatever the process we are explaining, that all are in going IDS system.
Yes.
So here,
Yeah, I will check.
yeah, yeah. So here we
Yeah.
shared all the process actually. So what all the process, we are going to execute all the step by steps. Start with your basic configurations and your put away RFUI handling unit, right? So batch
Yeah.
management. So like that, we have all the process are there. Okay. So no need to worry about that. So these process will be, like a step by step. What all the step by step process, how to configure everything. We will, during the project, we will take care of that. Okay. So here you can see all the project, right? Basic or put away, all the process are there. So maybe I will just 1 second. Yeah, there
Yes.
is an
So
inbound process
For
packaging.
example, Thomas, for example, think that your business don't require handling unit. Directly you can put in a, suppose your business is a spare parts.
yeah.
Like Bajaj company, they don't want to use a handling unit, right? Why
Yeah.
they will keep, so that is a normal process. So
Okay.
those complicated will not go under development, right?
Yeah.
They want, suppose they want to print that bin. Yeah, bin is also one is a complicated. That
Yes.
we need to do that with the help of ABAP only. As a normal consultant, we can't able to write. We just provide a FS. These are the requirements I can provide you. Based on that, you need to provide the out as a ABAP, right?
Yeah, yeah. So my main question is the developments. So all developments will be covered, or how much part of developments will be covered, like reports, like forms, all this.
Yeah, this one I will check with authentication developer.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure, sure. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So here I'm just showing all the process. So all these process anyway, end of the day, EWM means okay, all the process will be executed. That is what we prepared as a BBP configuration, testing, and everything. So just I'm showing here. You can see the number of process also, right? Inbound, outbound, warehouse order
Yes.
creation like that. So no need, yeah, these are all the process will be covered here. We are going to prepare the test scripts. We are going to do the configuration, testing. So all the things will be performed based on the business process. Okay.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, so anybody have any questions? And even you can yeah. So whoever is interested for the current project, so maybe we are going to start the project from Monday. So please connect with Jayalakshmi and Shrikant also. So they will assist you regarding the EWM implementation projects. So if anybody have any questions, please, yeah, yes.
Someone has raised a hand.
Oh, hi. This question is for Sai. I'm Hussein here. I'm just talking about you guys have any experience in PML point of view, production integration point of view?
Yeah, I will explain the production scenario also.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. So how, yeah, from the not only inbound, outbound, even production integration also will be there, part of that. Creation of, complete setup like, BOM, work center, routing, production order creation. From there, how we can able to confirm the production order, how we can able to put the stock into the destination. So all the process will be part of this, implementation projects. Okay, so I think, hope anybody have any questions, please.
Sir, what will be the timings?
The timings, yeah, we are planning morning sessions actually, 6 to 7 or 7 to 8. Okay, any one of the batches will be there. So from Monday
Okay.
onwards, we are going. Monday means okay, maximum from from Wednesday. So the project, because we have the pre-project deliverable is there. So before start the implementation project, so there is a 1 week activity. Just you have to execute the process. Okay. So we call it as a
Okay, sir.
pre-project deliverables. So from Wednesday onwards, so this project will be started. Okay. So maybe
Okay,
if
sir.
maybe here some of them they are new to EWM, or some of them they already I know WM, or some of them already they completed EWM training, or some of them they are working in EWM. So no need to worry about that. So everything will be covered here, right? Apart from the implementation project, so all the process also, whatever I have shown in the Excel file here, so all the 40-50 process will be executed, and the same thing you are going to configure it in your own warehouse, and you are going to test it. Okay. So end of the day, you are going to completely familiarize in the configuration of all the EWM business process, not only for configuration testing. Apart from that, how to prepare the BBP, how to prepare the test cases, right? So all the then core activities, right? Functional specification, the complete end-to-end solutions will be getting here.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you guys who joined for today's sessions, and hope most of them. If you guys are not shared your number, please text your number in the chat box here, and they will contact you from Wednesday. So we are going to start the projects, and from Monday, first 3 days there is a pre-project deliverables. Actually, from Monday we are going to start it. Project will be started from Wednesday onwards. Okay, morning sessions around 7 to 8 will be morning, and please connect with Shrikant and Jayalakshmi. I think their contact details. Maybe they have shared their in the number. Please connect with them, and whoever is interested for EWM at end-to-end implementation projects. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.